In 2021, a girl in East London claimed she found a TikTok livestream of her own bedroom at 3 a.m. The account streaming it belonged to a teenager who had died 2 years earlier. What unfolded over the next week remains one of the strangest digital hauntings ever reported. Chloe Harrison was 19, a first-year university student living in a cramped East London flat. It was mid-November, a freezing night, and she couldn't sleep. Like most students, she reached for her phone and started scrolling through TikTok. Most of it was the usual noise: dance clips, memes, true crime shorts. Then, without warning, the app switched to a random live stream. The image was grainy, slightly off-color, but Chloe froze. It was her bedroom. The angle was wide, as if from the top corner of her room. She could see herself lying in bed, scrolling her phone. She sat up in real life and saw herself sit up in the stream. Her blood went cold. The username in the top corner read, @JadenM_97. That name was familiar. She realized it belonged to a boy from her old secondary school, Jaden Mitchell. He had died in 2019. Chloe slammed her phone shut, her heart hammered. After 10 minutes, she convinced herself it was a glitch, maybe an old clip, maybe just her mind playing tricks. She told herself not to be paranoid, and finally managed to sleep. But when she woke up the next morning, her phone was still open on TikTok. The live had ended. The screen read, "Thanks for watching." And under it, in tiny text, a comment from the account. "See you tomorrow night." The next night, Chloe tried to ignore it. She forced herself to stay off TikTok. But at 3:07 a.m., her phone buzzed with a notification. @JadenM_97 is live. Her hand trembled as she opened it. Again, it showed her room. Only this time, it wasn't in sync. On the stream, she was already asleep, even though she was still wide awake, staring at the screen. She watched in horror as the her on screen tossed and turned, then sat up suddenly as if startled. A faint shadow moved across the wall. Ella and Chloe couldn't let it go. They decided to screen record the next stream properly. At exactly 3:08 a.m., Chloe's phone buzzed. The live started. At first, it was just the room, dim, silent. Then, in the corner of the screen, a chat box popped up. Comments. Hundreds of them. But the usernames were wrong. They weren't TikTok handles, they were dates. 14 March 1985 joined. 21st of November 1997 joined. June 5th, 2002 left. The comments scrolled rapidly, too fast to follow. Ella whispered, "It's like a chat room of people. But those look like..." She swallowed. "Dates of death." Suddenly the video glitched. For a split second, the camera pointed directly at Chloe's face, but her eyes were rolled back, mouth hanging open. In real life, Chloe was sitting on the bed, fully awake. The screen flickered again, back to the bedroom view. The chat stopped. One last comment remained on screen. It's not a stream. It's a recording of what comes next. Ella slammed the phone shut, but Chloe's was still streaming. She couldn't turn it off. The next morning, Chloe went to the university IT department. She showed them the recordings. The technician looked pale. He said the stream didn't appear to be coming from any server at all. No IP address, no source. Just looping from itself. When Chloe asked what that meant, the technician quietly replied, "It shouldn't exist." The following night, Chloe didn't want to be in the flat. Ella begged her to come stay at her boyfriend's place, but Chloe stubbornly said she needed to face it. She thought if she ignored it, it would stop. At 3 a.m., the phone buzzed. This time she refused to open it. She left the phone face down and tried to sleep. But the buzzing didn't stop. It grew louder, like the vibration was coming from inside the walls. Then her laptop switched off, flickered to life, showing the same live stream. Chloe packed everything in one frantic rush. Ella promised to meet her downstairs with a taxi, but when Chloe wheeled her suitcase into the hall, her phone vibrated one last time. She almost ignored it, until she noticed the wallpaper had changed. Her lock screen, which had been a photo of her and Ella, was now a black background with white text. Final show tonight. Her stomach dropped. She unlocked the phone. The TikTok app opened by itself. The live began. It showed her, exactly as she was now, standing in the hall with her suitcase. She whispered, No, I'm done with this." In the stream, the door in front of her creaked open slowly. But in real life, her door was still shut. She froze. The stream figure stepped forward as a pale hand reached in and grabbed her wrist. In real life, something clamped down on her arm. She shrieked, dropping the suitcase. Her phone fell, camera still recording. The stream showed her being yanked violently out of frame. Ella arrived minutes later. The flat was silent, door unlocked, suitcase tipped over. Chloe's phone lay on the floor, battery drained. She called Chloe's parents in panic. They reported her missing. Police arrived, searched the flat. No signs of forced entry, no struggle, except for long, deep scratches along the inside of the door. Chloe Harrison was never found. 2 weeks later, several random TikTok users claimed they received a strange live notification from an account with no profile picture and no username. The live showed a girl sitting in a dark room, rocking back and forth. Some swore it was Chloe. Others said it wasn't her at all. It was something wearing her face. Maybe it was a cruel hack. Maybe it was something much worse. But if you're scrolling TikTok past 3 a.m. and a live stream pops up showing your own room, don't watch. Because that might be the last time anyone sees you. Subscribe to Fear Diaries, where the darkest cases are brought to light.